Perfect. Got my quotations and starting time. High School Musical is a TV show or a movie in which we learn about different characters in High School Musical that want to take their own path. Specifically looking at High School Musical 3, we can see that each of the characters wants to go a different way. And we have no idea why they want to go the way they want to go, but a lot of them choose it for specific reasons. Troy chooses it because he chooses love, but he also chooses basketball, and he also chooses theater. And then we can look at Chad, who completely chooses basketball. Or we can look at Gabriella, who chooses science. This leads me to the quotation today of, "You will not determine my story, I will." And I believe that Amy Schumer is trying to say that we need to be ourselves. And we can agree with this because we make our own destiny. We decide who we want to be and where we want to go with our lives. So we can look at this through arguing how we choose who we want to be and how we can make our own path. Looking at the first argument of we choose who we want to be. We choose who we want to be so that we can create whatever our destiny will be. We can first look at this through Mark Zuckerberg and then through a godness. First, looking at Mark Zuckerberg was a college student who created Facebook. He created this and decided that he was going to be an entrepreneur. He was going to be a businessman, and this is what he was going to do when he created Facebook. He just wanted somebody to be able to ways for him to contact his friends in college, and he created this so that and now worldwide people use this. I use this to talk to my mom sometimes. My grandma would have no idea what I'm doing without Facebook. So he created this amazing thing because he wanted to share his life with his college friends, and he made this and he chose who he wanted to be. And then we can look at a godness. A godness was in BCE, about 600 BCE, and she was a woman who wanted to be a doctor. But in that time, women were not allowed to be doctors. So she disguised herself as a man, and she decided to become a doctor. And she went to medical school, and eventually there's a woman trying to have child, and she was like, "No, I want a woman. I don't want a man." And so she revealed that she was a woman. And so then a bunch of women started coming to her. And so because of this, she was the first female doctor, and it has created millions of now female doctors today. So she chose who she wanted to be and made her own path, which made us have an opportunity to create our own path. We can create our own path. We can create our own path and make our own destiny. We can do this in many different ways. And how I'm going to look at this is first through Serena Williams and then through Pirates of the Caribbean. So first looking at Serena Williams was, we can see, had a major father figure in her life who pushed her really hard to be a great tennis player. And we can see through the recent movie with Will Smith that it wasn't easy growing up for Serena. And it was a really hard and difficult decision to make for her. But she is trying to make this decision to become this tennis player. And she worked every day. She created her own path and became, her and her sister became tennis legends. And they came out of nowhere. She created this path and listened to her father so that she can move up in her career and create this amazing lifestyle. And then looking at Pirates of the Caribbean, I want to look at specifically Miss Elizabeth Swann. Now, Miss Elizabeth Swann is seen in the first movie as this gracious, beautiful woman who is the governor's daughter. But by the last movie, she is the king of pirates. She created her own path. She followed her heart, created her own destiny by becoming a pirate, by going out and seeing the world, by saving Jack, by saving Will Turner, by defeating all of these different villains. She created her own path and became the king of pirates because she knew she had the leadership skills. She was a female captain and she still took over the world because she made her own path and her own destiny. So going back to the quotation today of "You will not determine my story, I will," by Amy Schumer. She's a comedian and she has made her own story. And we can see this and made her own destiny. And we can see this because we saw this and We Can Choose Who We Want to Be by looking at Dogness and Mark Zuckerberg. Or we can make our own path and we can make our own destiny by looking at Serena Williams and Pirates of the Caribbean with looking specifically at Captain Elizabeth Swann. So going back to High School Musical, they all created their own destinies. They went to college for basketball. They went to college for theater. They did all of this and more so that they can create their own